Welcome to the session today. We're going to be focusing on the thoracic spine. So this is the part of the spine from about here to the base of the neck. And naturally we have a bit of an outward curvature of the thoracic spine. But with the way that we lead our lives today, often hunched over a desk or looking at our mobile phones, quite often we develop too much of a curvature. This is called a Kyphotic Curve, and that's happened to me too because I've spent many years bent over a desk. So it's quite a good idea sometimes in our practice just to concentrate on growing tall up through the spine and just slightly flattening any excessive kyphotic curve that we have. And so if you can imagine the muscles that work to flatten and draw the spine up tall, there are two bands that run either side of our spine from top to bottom. And so it's those that we're going to be working on today, as well as maybe the whole region, and putting that together into a yoga practice. So the props that we'll be using, you may find a cushion useful. Either two blocks or two heavy books about the same size. A ball, quite a hard ball such as a tennis ball, and a towel, quite a small towel just rolled up, and we're going to place that in the small of our back. And we're going to start against a wall, and as you can see I've got a radiator in the way, but that doesn't really matter. So I'm going to stand against the wall as close up as I can with the radiator here and place this in the small of my back. So the radiator is stopping me from standing right next to the wall, which is fine. And actually that towel isn't quite large enough, I'm going to get another one. And the reason that we're going to use the towel is to stop the lumbar spine from moving about. We're going to keep the lumbar spine stable while we work on the upper back. So this one is a bit bigger. I'll place that in the lumbar spine, that's better. So it's because really of having the radiator in the way, it's what's stopping that from working. So feet are hip width apart, and take your ball, and we're going to place that at the base of the neck, at the top of the thoracic spine. Whoops, dropped it. And we're going to work it to and fro across the spine, just 2 or 3 times, from side to side, from left to right and back again. And then take it down a vertebra or 2. And the same thing, just feel as if the spine is hinging across that vertebra. And down again. So feel as if the movement is starting from that particular vertebra and you're moving as if one shoulder's moving towards the wall and then the other, but the movement isn't coming from the shoulder, it's coming from the vertebra. Down. And taking your attention to each of those vertebrae in turn. We're going to use our awareness in conjunction with movement, because that helps the brain to map the area and it helps the brain to form the connections with the part of the body that we're working on. And down again. So it's just small movements, side to side. And last one. Actually, because of the radiator being in the way, my thoracic spine is arching away from the wall a little bit. And then we can place the ball, say, on the right hand side of your spine, at the top, or in the middle somewhere, and just go up and down, and imagine those long muscles that run either side of the thoracic spine, and just run the ball up and down those, bending the knees. And then the other side. You can spend as long as you like on this exercise, and it's something you can do through the course of the day. It helps to bring our attention to the spine and to the muscles and tissues. It helps to loosen it up and release it. And we'll take the ball away. Take the towel away, and taking one of your blocks, we're going to turn to face the wall, and we're going to place the block at the front of the body, the same place where we had the towel, so sort of in front of the lumbar spine, just on top of your navel, about here. And again, it's to stop the lumbar spine from working, but I don't think I need that as I've got a radiator here. So, yes, it doesn't work anyway because of the radiator. So standing as close as you can with your block wedged in front of your abdomen, and you'll feel that that will keep your lumbar spine firm. Then take the arms out to the sides with the thumbs facing up. And we're going to lightly press against the wall with the hands. And just feel the spine growing tall. And maybe arching back a little bit as you inhale. Exhale and just release. Repeat, so inhale, lifting up, extending the spine upwards, maybe arching back a little bit. So it's an imperceptible movement. We'll just do that 2 or 3 more times. And if you like, you can take the hands higher up the wall. Repeat the same exercise. So you probably won't see me moving. If you're doing this yourself, you might just feel that very slight movement in the thoracic spine. As the muscles start to wake up, start to activate and to fire, you can take the hands maybe a bit higher. And last one. And lower those arms down. Step away from the wall. So we're going to come into Samastiti. Feet underneath your hips. And just take your hands to your hips just for a few breaths, just to tip the pelvis forward and back a few times. Feeling that movement in your lumbar spine. And then coming to rest about halfway. So that's neutral position for the pelvis. One hand on your chest and one hand on the lumbar spine, and just inhale, lift the breastbone and feel the thoracic spine flatten slightly as the breastbone lifts. Inhale, lift. Exhale, just relax slightly, but keep in that lifted position overall. And take the hands down, drop the shoulders down, turn the palms forwards, tuck the chin in, and take the gaze down about 20 degrees from the horizontal. So the chin is tucked in, pulled back or retracted. It's a feeling as if you're pulling the chin back along the line of the jaw, as if you're getting a double chin. And growing tall up into the crown of the head. And now we're going to inhale, raise the arms, raise the heels from the floor. Staying in that extended position. And exhale, coming down. So coming down with control. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, lowering the heels, lowering the arms. And just one more. coordinating your movement with your breath. Using your Ujjayi breath if you're familiar with that. And so we're going to keep the heels on the floor for the next one. Inhale, raising the arms. And as you exhale, bending at the hips and the knee and the ankle. So we're coming into chair pose, bringing the arms down, trying to preserve that long spine, keeping the chin in. Stay here. Inhale, raise the arms up by your ears. And as you exhale, sweep the arms behind the back and take the torso forward so you're parallel to the floor. Keeping the chin tucked in. Inhale here. And as you exhale, slide the hands down, the legs towards the floor. Taking the head down towards the floor as far as you wish. Bending your knees as much as you need to. I'll come sideways on. So if you're stiff in the hips, you may need to bend the knees a bit more. Inhale here. Just feel the breath lifting the breastbone away from the legs. Exhale, relax the head. Soften down towards the floor. And then as you inhale, keep the knees bent, coming all the way up, arms above the head. And exhale, lower the arms by your sides, relaxing the shoulders down. So we're going to repeat that a few times. So inhale, taking the arms above the head. Exhale, chair pose, keeping the long spine, arms come down. Inhale, raising the arms. Exhale, coming to half forward bend, hands behind the back, keep the chin tucked in. Inhale. Exhale, release down the legs, down towards the floor. Inhaling and exhaling. And before you come up, bend the knees, taking the arms either up by the front or by the side. And exhale, relaxing the arms. If you need to, take a resting breath. Ease out the shoulders. And inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Imagine that you're sitting down in a chair. Inhale, arms come up by your ears. And exhale, sweeping the arms behind you, coming to a half forward bend. Inhale. And exhale, soften down to the floor, bending your knees as much as you need to. Full breath here, feel the breath moving the spine. Soften the knees. Inhale, come back up again. And exhaling, lowering the arms down. Inhale, raising the arms. Exhale, chair pose, arms down, keeping that long spine. Inhale, arms up. And exhaling, if you wish to straighten the knees a bit here, you can, or keep them bent. Inhale here, feel the breath lifting you up slightly, and exhale into forward bend. Full breath. soften the knees, coming back up on the inhale, and exhaling, lowering the arm down. So we'll just do one more repetition, moving with the speed of your breath. Tuning into your breath and feeling the effects of the breath on the body, how the breath moves the body. And take a resting breath or two when you've completed that.